Welcome back, YouTubers, to the British Fist TLC pay-per-view review. Oh, yeah, with a British Fist.
Gotcha.
I'm Mr. Parkin, and you are the unforgettable NJ!
What's up?
I treated him like he was almost like a wizard there. Make sure you guys subscribe above, like this video, and comment your thoughts on this pay-per-view down in that comment section below.
Make sure you contact us in the links in the description box below.
Yes, and before we move on to this pay-per-view, I just want to make a quick complaint about this pay-per-view. How much fucking filler did we get? And how many last-minute announced matches and SmackDown field matches did we get in this fucking pay-per-view? Well, it was ridiculous.
It was really disappointing because, yes, we only got 6 matches, so we were expecting more to be added, but to be honest, the ones that were added should have been mentioned at SmackDown or Raw.
If WWE want to make us pay for a pay-per-view, and we streamed it, didn't we? I'm not going to lie, we streamed the pay-per-view. If WWE want to make us pay for a pay-per-view, then you might want to try hyping up some more matches other than the 6 we got and stop giving us this filler that just felt eh. So, I tell you what, should we just move on?
Let's go.
Right, the opener tonight. Dolph Ziggler versus Zack Ryder for the US Championship. Are you surprised this opened the card?
No, I'm not.
No, Zack Ryder is now got to the point where he's very over, and we kind of predicted he would win this, and he did.
Yeah, it's about the time when Dolph's now had his title reign, not been the greatest at being the US champion, and now it's either him going towards a tag team for the main event or go build up straight to the main event, either way.
I felt this was a very good way of opening the show, personally. Even though I'm not a Zack Ryder fan, as well as you are not either. We had, what, 10.5-minute match. Vicky Guerrero gets sent out and Ryder gets the victory and the crowd go mental. It was a nice, if you're a Ryder fan, which many people out there are, it was a nice feel-good moment to start the pay-per-view and Ryder celebrated as if that title actually meant something to him and he went and hugged his dad. And I like that about this segment.
Well, the thing about the match is you do expect it from Dolph Ziggler because them two can actually put on a good match. Yeah, so pretty good for Ziggler.
Yeah, so I thought this was a very good opener. I did. I really thought it was.
Same here.
We had Cody Rhodes attacking Booker T backstage. This led to a match later on in the night. We'll give more of our opinions on that when we get to that. Filler match. Air Boom versus Epico and Primo. We did kind of predict this may get added. We had Epico and Primo beating the tag champs and the Usos. So I guess this kind of made sense. It was just very last minute. I just feel this could have been a decent tag team feud if they built to it, but unfortunately they never did, and it just felt like filler, and it just really takes away a lot from it.
The thing about this match is that obviously this was a predictable match. Out of all the ones that actually happened, this is one that was predicted to happen. And again, with these two new tag teams, Primo and Epico, being put together, it would have been good if they actually got hype mentioned for this match, and it actually came. Just what I thought.
It was ridiculous. Air Boom win the match. It was an okay match. It didn't get much time, 7.5 minutes, but you kind of expect that with Epico in the match, I suppose, just coming up from FCW. Just the Primo and Epico team hadn't really been built up enough, and there was no build, and it was just felt like a fucking Raw or SmackDown match.
Even though we got the match, I'm happy that we actually had another match for the card. This match could be done a lot better if it was mentioned or had a bit more build beforehand.
So an okay match, just no build. Really kind of let it down. Third match on the card was Randy Orton versus Wade Barrett. Now, this is my issue with this match. Before I go into this match, I'm thinking this is the third match on the card. How many times has this been hyped up in SmackDown's main event spot? And this is third on the card. Shouldn't it have been a bit higher? Just saying.
Well, with Wade Barrett hopefully going towards the main event scene, the world title picture, you should have had him a bit higher up in the card to show more importance to him.
Yeah, we got Cody Rhodes higher up in the card. I was quite pleased with that. But this went for about 10 minutes. It was I thought this was actually a very, very good match until we got to the end result. That was the one disappointment I had. The spot that ended the match was very good. It was an RKO through the table on Barrett, but the match, in my opinion, ended way too soon, and the wrong guy won.
The way I look at it, again, I'm going to put some reviewers. They were saying that they all predicted Orton was going to win because they weren't going to have Orton lose to Wade Barrett in their first official match against each other. But I was really expecting Wade Barrett, the fact that this is a tables match was on his advantage. I was hoping that he would win, but they made the wrong person win.
Yeah, Orton doesn't have to do the job. Usually, if you want a feud to continue, or you're trying to establish Wade Barrett. Why the fuck have they done a Barrett barrage? You're trying to establish Wade Barrett. You're not trying to establish Randy Orton. You have Wade Barrett go over in this match. Orton doesn't even need to do a job. But he fucking wins anyway.
Well, the way I look at this now is you've made the wrong person win now. It looks like the feud can continue, so I don't think Wade's going to let that slip straight away.
No, it will continue.
So I think we'll go into the Royal Rumble. Yeah.
I think it will be involved in the Royal Rumble at some point. And at this point, I'm thinking to myself, wow. I was thinking if Wade Barrett won this match, maybe he'll win the Royal Rumble. But I'm thinking, and Randy Orton's going to win the Royal Rumble now in his hometown. Just a thought.
Well, the way I see it now is, I keep saying it because I just think Barrett deserved more, and
Yeah.
he didn't get it in this match, so I'm really disappointed with this result.
If you want to establish Barrett, you need to give him big wins at pay-per-views, and you just haven't done it. So there we go. I suppose they give him a win at Survivor Series, they give Orton a win now. Who really knows where this is going to go? There we go. We just felt the wrong guy won, and it kind of ruined our feeling in the match, to be honest. After that, we had a last-minute Beth Phoenix versus Kelly Divas title match. This really needs to be on the card. I'll tell you one thing, though. The reason we don't have any Tea Time guys here is because WWE never advertised it, so we couldn't book them in. So
well, the way I look at this match, again, Kelly didn't really have enough hype going. It was more leaning towards Alicia Fox, so it kind of made me think, why is Kelly getting it when Alicia Fox is having all this thing between Natalya or Beth Phoenix? I was just kind of thinking, eh.
And this all came from one little thing on the Slammies, and also just getting a title shot. This hadn't been built to at all. You know, the match wasn't that bad. Beth won with the reverse electric chair, but who really gave a shit? It had no build. Did she even really need to be there? Did they need to put a Divas match? Especially when they've got no title contenders or Natalya out there or anything.
It was disappointing having this match just thrown in there, but again, she won without any interference or help from Natalya, so I give that thumbs up there.
Yeah, I give that thumbs up to Beth Phoenix winning clean. Booker T comes out for a match, and then Rhodes attacks Booker T pre-match. Interesting. Again, we'll get more onto our opinions as we get to the match, which was later on in the card. After this, we had Kevin Nash versus Triple H in a sledgehammer ladder match. This got a nice long video package. This is the only match that got a video package, though. It was a shame. I thought a couple of the other matches could have got video package. And I think this is kind of sad because it showed you how little the other feuds have been built. And even this one wasn't very well built, but it's still got a freaking video package.
I know, it's kind of hard to say why, but when you get into the match, it turned out to be better than I thought.
Yeah, it did.
But there's something about the result of the match, but we'll get to that when we get to it.
We had nice spot. We had some nice spots in this match. I'm just glad Kevin Nash got through the fucking match without tearing a quad or something. We had a figure four in the ladder. It took them about 12 minutes before their fighting to really start in climbing that ladder, but I think we assumed that as soon as someone got that sledgehammer, it would end. After they got the sledgehammer, I thought the storytelling was very good with, Triple H knocking down Kevin Nash. And there was a lot of nice moments in this match. Even though Kevin Nash botched the pedigree, it was better than I expected. I'll give it that. It was good.
The thing I see about this, like when it comes to ladder matches in future, they normally get the thing off the hook and it's finished. Yeah. But for some reason, they did the whole takedown Nash thing and then Triple H pinned him.
Yeah, well, that was the stipulation. You could get the sledgehammer from the fact, and then you could legally use it.
It's not when you get the sledgehammer off the hook, the match is over. Like it happens in title matches. So it kind of got me thinking. It was
a stupid stipulation to begin with. So
it was. But the result,
street fight,
thumbs up. It finished off Nash now.
Yeah, thank God.
And hopefully that will be Triple H saying that's the end.
Yeah, and they did this injury angle with Kevin Nash, so we assume this is over. And I'm thinking, thank God. I really was. I mean, especially since they started their build from Vengeance, it just lost so much steam because Triple H wasn't there. And it just, at least this has now ended it. I'll give it that. And it was a decent match. I'll give it that in the mid-card.
It was a good match on the card. Got enough time to make the match seem interesting as it went on. But obviously the stipulation kind of took away the feeling to it.
As for the next match, SmackDown called. They want one of their matches back. We had a little segment with Jack Swagger and Sheamus setting up a match. More filler we got. Jack Swagger versus Sheamus. Sheamus should be in a program to get him on a pay-per-view without having to just put him in there in filler. And this is just so disappointing. You get Sheamus to win on a pay-per-view, yes, but it means nothing. Sheamus predictably wins against Jack Swagger, who was never going to be any competition to Sheamus.
Well, the way I look at this is you've not got Cena in a match, so to put Sheamus in a random match was kind of unfair to him and to the pay-per-view. So I think, to be honest, it was best if it didn't happen. The fact it did, the right person won, and now hopefully going towards the Royal Rumble, Sheamus will be booked better.
It's just ridiculous filler in my opinion. It's just so bad. Why? What helped? Just a quick question here for you. Do you think not having Cena on the card helped the show or didn't help the show?
I don't think it would have made a hell of a difference. They've got nothing really booked for Cena to do either.
Very true.
No.
And the next match is going to be the match which is probably going to get the most talk in the YWC. Big Show versus Mark Henry. Where do we start with this match? The match for a start only went 5 minutes, which was ridiculous for a World Heavyweight Championship match to go 5 minutes.
Well, they really emphasised on the chairs because the ring was filled with chairs.
It was, yeah.
But Mark Henry took advantage of it throughout the match, so he's really taken the heel effect over Big Show. Made it look like he was going to go up and win.
My issue with this, right, is you gave these guys 5 minutes, but you had so much fucking filler. Get rid of the filler and add it to this match. This match, 5.5 minutes isn't enough. This is the third match they've had and potentially a big blow-off in a chairs match. And you're giving it 5.5 minutes, and that's not even the start.
No, because then it went on, after all the chair shots Mark Henry was using Big Show managed to pick up the win with a knockout punch with the chair. I don't know.
Yeah. And then the talking point comes where Daniel Bryan cashes in Money in the Bank and beats Big Show. So 2 days after he does a job clean to Cody Rhodes, Daniel Bryan. I'm supposed to believe Daniel Bryan, after the way he's been built, is a world champ.
And after the feud between Mark and Big Show, giving Big Show the championship for a few minutes was just amazing, horrible to see.
You may as well have just had Mark Henry beat Big Show clean and injure him, or Big Show injure Mark Henry, and then I don't know. It's just was this really a kind of what the fuck moment for you, or was it just a more of an I'm glad they got it out the way and done with now kind of moment?
Majority of it, because I'm not a fan of Daniel Bryan for one, not really, because the way he's been booked. The second thing is him coming the champ. Again, the fact that he's been hinting it before, we knew it was going to eventually come before WrestleMania. So the fact it's happened, I'm like,
WWE kind of, I think they've come to the consensus that they haven't built this guy up now. We might as well get it out of the way with no heel turn either, which kind of surprised me, especially with him cashing in on our face. I think my theory here is WWE kind of knew that they weren't going to get many pay-per-view buys, so they thought they'd add this in to try and give it a little bit more excitement, but I'm really not falling for it. I'm just glad they got the cash-in done now, and they'll probably, it just depends how they book him. If they book him badly, I won't be surprised.
Well, the way I see it, he's going to have a challenge against Big Show or Mark Henry or both, so it's made me think, is he really going to have a chance of being against two guys with their top straight back after this match? I don't know.
No, I don't think he has a chance either. My question is, who is he going to feud with now? We might have answered that, but who really knows? Next match then. Next match was Cody Rhodes versus Booker T. I was thinking throughout this night that this match wouldn't happen, so I liked how WWE kept me under suspense here. They had the attack things, and I like how WWE worked this throughout a mid-card feud, worked throughout this show to get the match before the main event. I thought that was really good how they did that, especially for the Intercontinental Championship.
Well, the way I see it, the fact that it was going to happen early in the show, and you had Booker T getting attacked twice, made me think, you put a bit too much emphasis on this. You should just be attacked once, like the first time, and left it there. So I just think it was adding too much so that weren't needed. Any
surprises that Cody Rhodes won this? I kind of expected Cody Rhodes to win, and again, it's a kind of victory that he needed, especially against the Booker T. Cody Rhodes wins with the 2 kicks to the head after attacking him. I guess that makes sense storyline-wise. 2 kicks to the head and wins. Dominant win.
It was an obvious win, I think, and Cody Rhodes getting the win over Booker T so big, but the amount of attacks he did was a bit of a letdown for me.
I'm glad this was higher on the card, though, especially because I am a fan of Cody Rhodes, and I think the IC Championship is beginning to mean something again now.
Well, with Cody Rhodes hoping to go into the main event after he's dropped the IC Championship, he does need to be in the main event field, so having him higher up in the card gives him more of importance. So you
think this accomplished what it was supposed to accomplish, giving Cody Rhodes a dominant win, higher up on the card?
The match did, yes.
Yeah, okay, then. Well, we'll move on to the main event then. Main event in the evening, as we all know, it got done in one night. CM Punk versus Miz versus Alberto Del Rio. And what an interesting match this was. We had the handcuff spots that we had. We had one with Punk on the ladder, and he gets out of it in about 30 seconds, which is kind of weird. We did have some nice spots in this match with Ricardo Rodriguez, of all people, going through a table. He's not going to be showing up on SCW much now. Your thoughts on the match?
Well, I think they all did great in the match.
Yeah,
we had Del Rio, who took out Miz up on the ramp, took CM Punk down on the table, went for the ladder, so he did good. Miz did his, sneaky ways of trying to get past both of them. So they all played their part brilliantly. CM Punk, obviously, as you saw, quick getting out of his escapes, got back to the match and won it. So I thought they all did their best. I liked how Punk got out of that predicament with the handcuffs by undoing the ring post. I thought that was a pretty nice way of making Punk look like a smart champion. And then he basically unhooks himself, and about a minute later, he wins the match. I expected CM Punk to win. I hope they do a CM Punk Miz feud now. I feel that's the way they'll go. But it was an okay main event. I'll give it that. The TLC aspect makes it a better match than it probably should have been, but it was still an okay main event, I thought. A nice way to end the show, I imagine. Well, it all added up to this main event. I think the audio was pretty bad, but the main event, I think it was really nicely done, because you had CM Punk obviously come out on top at the end, retain the championship, and leaves doors open for him to face either 2 opponents again. Yeah,
exactly. So I think this just leads us to say, what was your overall thoughts on the pay-per-view, NJ? Did you like it or not?
I wasn't thoroughly entertained, not really. No. Some of the matches were predictable. Yes, our predictions were wrong in some cases, thanks to WWE thinking that Orton winning was the best idea. Adding in extra matches kind of took our mind off, okay, you haven't really hyped up this pay-per-view good.
Exactly.
I think WWE just wanted to rush through this. They did concentrate on Daniel Bryan, because they built up that match, Mark Henry, Big Show,
Daniel
5
minutes,
Bryan.
Which is so disappointing.
Yes, it's kind of rushed. Overall, I'm not that satisfied with this pay-per-view.
No, this pay-per-view really, with all the filler, we had 3 filler matches, loads of backstage filler stuff as well. It just really did. WWE, have they got their priorities correct? Like, we had a 5-minute Big Show Mark Henry match, and there was all this filler, and I'm kind of like, well, it seems like WWE really didn't do well with their sort of time constraints, and planning out their matches and stuff. I don't know. It's just I think the only good segment of the night was the opener. Personally, Daniel Bryan cashing in. Yeah, it was a surprising moment. We didn't expect it, but it was more of a than a oh my god moment. And the match only went 5.5 minutes. I'm like, what?
And the thing that I'll say the positive. I say every pay-per-view needs one surprise. Daniel Bryan cashing in now was a surprise. The bad side is it's not got me wanting to look forward to Raw or SmackDown. It's not got me thinking, what's going on Raw? What's going on Raw? Everything's happened now at this pay-per-view.
Well, I guess that's what pay-per-views are supposed to do, sort of.
Well, the last pay-per-views we've watched always ended up as way to make us want Raw. I think this one has let us down. I just weren't satisfied.
The build to this pay-per-view was shit. The pay-per-view itself was kind of shit, especially with all the filler. It didn't feel like a pay-per-view. It didn't feel like a WWE pay-per-view that we should have paid for. It just felt like a 3-hour Raw or SmackDown special, didn't it? Kind of. I think with the match, just with some table salads and chairs matches thrown in there for good measure.
I think all they can now the main thing is they're going to concentrate now on the build to Royal Rumble. That's
hopefully, and I hope to God they don't make Orton win after that match. Do you want to grade this show or?
It's hard to grade. Yeah, I had ideas during the show, but then as it built on, my idea just went.
Yeah, so we're not going to grade this show. You guys grade it down below. We're just going to say this: we just really weren't satisfied with this pay-per-view, and we feel that WWE were really lackluster in their program, in their pay-per-view. Just personally.
Same here. I wasn't expecting much of the pay-per-view because of how it's been built in the card. But when it came to the matches, I was expecting certain wrestlers to win, certain wrestlers to lose. I can go on saying how unsatisfied I am with each match. But some of the matches, I give them thumbs up, but some of them thumbs down.
I say genuinely disappointed. Genuinely disappointed. So guys, you've heard our thoughts on this TLC pay-per-view. You may have positive thoughts on this. You may have liked Orton winning. You may have liked Daniel Bryan cashing in Money in the Bank. But let us know your thoughts down in the comment section below, of course. Now, NJ, you know what you've got to do. Do it.
Thank you, people, for watching this review of ours. Hopefully you enjoyed TLC more than we did. Please share your thoughts on each match and each backstage segment in the comment section below. And that leaves us to say, tune in for our Raw review. And that has been it from the British Bliss, Mr. Parkin, and me, NJ. Thank you and goodbye.